There are 37 needle positions on the Husqvarna Viking Designer EPIC 2. When you're just using a straight stitch, we might move the needle position to help with some top stitching, some stitching in the ditch, or even using a zipper foot. I actually use this a lot when I do my decorative stitches for our Husqvarna Viking Stitching Cosmos online course. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways that we can move needle positions. So when you're just on your standard center needle position, stitch number 2, you will see that your needle position option is down here where it says 0.0. As you touch it once, you will hear the machine slightly moving the needle, and you can kind of see it moving across the screen as you touch it. And then also if you go the opposite way, you get to a minus number, and it will go all the way out to the side as it goes all the way to minus 4.5. And remember, this machine has 9mm stitch width, so 4.5 times 2, that gets you all the way across all the needle positions. If you want a quick way to get back to the center, reselect stitch number 2. Now you do have stitch number 1 and 4, that's a far left needle position, and stitch 4, a far right needle position for quick access to those locations, so you don't have to push the button all those times. We also find that with the triple straight stitch, we have 11, 12, and 13, each one of those at different locations. So let's just pick a zigzag, because this will be something that you can easily see. When you do a zigzag, it centers the stitch. So think of like center justification when you're typing out a letter. But look right down here, here is where we change the width. Okay, so we're going to take that back to its normal 3.0 stitch width. Look what's right next to it. You see this little white toggle switch. If you ever see that on any functions throughout the machine, you'll see a couple on the embroidery side as well. That means that there's something else that area will do if you switch it. So as I toggle, now I have needle position. So now I can take this zigzag and I can shift it to the left side of my foot, to the right side of my foot. So here I can take the whole stitch and move it all the way over. Let me jump over to some decorative stitches. I'm going to just pick one. Now normally the decorative stitches are 9mm wide. So obviously when we go to that needle position, they're grayed out. I can't do anything because there's no place for it to go. So if I did want to actually have a little bit of movement, I would first need to reduce the stitch width, and then I'd have a little movement to the left or to the right of my foot, depending on the look that I'm after. Sometimes I'm lining it up with another stitch, and that is something that I want to be able to touch it, and I want to get it over to that side. Instead of just stitching on top of my other stitch, I'm actually moving the stitch to the location I wanted to stitch. So that is something really nice about this machine. So when I can change these different stitches and move that needle position right or left, depending on what I want to do. I love that this machine doesn't tell me I can't do something, but when it comes to needle positions, I do use all the needle positions you give me.